We are recording. This is page 34 in your book.
Hi, Sierra. Love you.
Okay, write a polynomial for the area of each rectangle and then write an equation and solve it. Use your solutions to find the length and width of each rectangle. So if we talk about area of rectangles, how do we do that?
We do length times width.
We do length times width. Area of a rectangle is length times width. That's it. Okay? So all I have to do is take the length of this rectangle, which is x plus 5, times the width of this rectangle, which is x. So that's what I did right here. I took x times x plus 5, and I did the math. And I got x squared. How did I get x squared? I got x squared because I did that. And how did I get 5x? I got 5x because I did that. And then I wrote it down again. And then I know the area is 84 because it tells me that. So I said that that equaled 84. Then, Sierra won't be able to see this little red ball flying across the screen, but then I took that and I knew it had to be in this form. And I saw that this number was missing over here, so I subtracted it, and then I got it in the right form. Then it equaled 0. Then I factored it. Now this part's really important. After I factored it, I figured out that x equaled 7 or x equaled negative 12. But I go back up to my problem and I go, oh, if x is the length of something, how in the world could x be negative 12? This cannot be negative 12 units long. Nothing can be negative units long, can it? So I get to cross this one out. I'm like, that one doesn't even make sense, so I don't have to use it. So my answer is x is 7. So if x is 7, what is the width? If it's marked with an x. 7. If the length is x plus 5, what is the length if it's marked with, if x is 7? 7 plus 5, which is 12. So the length is 12. That's what you'll be asked on your spot check.
Oh, that looks hard.
And the width is 7. It's not hard.
It's hard in there.
How do you do area? How do you do area? Length times width. Well, what is the length of this? The length is the long side, but what do you know about these?
They're all the same.
They're all the same, so it doesn't matter. What's the length? Pick one.
X take width.
X take away 4. What's the width?
X take.
X take away 4. What's the length times the width?
Is that going to polynomial? 64.
Do the math. Do the math. Yes, the length times the width is 64. You are right, Shelby. Okay? So now let's multiply this out. Actually,
X squared.
can't I just already know what the, no, because I got to get that to be 64. So get x squared, outers,
4x.
I need a sign.
Well, take away.
I need helpers besides Teal. Inners,
Take away 4x.
take away 4x, lasts,
Plus 4. I mean 16.
plus 16 equals 64. Now what should I do?
You should add the x. 4x.
Good job. What do I get?
Negative.
X squared minus 8x
Plus 16.
plus 16
Equals.
equals 64. So does this look like it's supposed to look over there?
No.
What do I need to do?
Take away 64.
Take away 64. Where do I take 64 away from?
16.
The 16. I'm going to need somebody with a calculator to do that. What is 16 take away 64? I got one. 16 take away 64 is negative 48.
Good, I did that.
Is negative 48, and that equals 0. Now I need to factor x and x. Oh my goodness, this one could be hard.
48. So we could do like
48.
4 and 12 with that.
4 and 12?
Yeah, that equals 8.
Does that equal 8?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, did we find it right away? Cool. 4 and 12. Okay, what about signs?
One has to be negative, one has to be positive.
Right?
And the positive one will be 4.
Yes.
And the negative one will be positive.
Good girl. So what are your two solutions?
X equals, I don't know how to write that. I mean, X equals 4 plus, take away 4.
Help her, you guys. She's having the brain part.
Equals negative 4.
X equals negative 4.
Well, I didn't know if we had to write it like that one, like
Or,
all these other
oh,
numbers.
not yet. We're not there yet.
Equals positive 4.
Or X equals 12. And then you go back up and you go, okay, so if I put a negative 4 right here, what is negative 4 minus 4?
Negative 8.
Negative 8. Can the length of this be negative 8? Can the length of a square be negative?
No.
No, so I can't use that one at all. Let's try 12. Does 12 work? What is 12? Take away 4.
B12, 10, 7.
Nope,
No, 8.
it's 8. That makes sense, doesn't it? Could that be 8?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so what is the length?
X equals 12.
And what is the width? Nope. X does equal 12, but what is the length and the width of the rectangle?
8.
8 and
8.
8.
That's just the answer, length and width is different.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, whoa.
That's all you need. The length and width are 8.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the length? Which side is the length on this one?
The X plus 2.
The x plus 2 is the length. Okay, and then this side is the width, right?
Yeah.
So what is the length times the width? Well, it's x plus
96.
2 times x minus 2, right? That's the length times the width, and that has to equal 96. Let's do the multiplication.
X squared
X squared
negative 2x
minus 2x
plus 2x
plus 2x
to negative
minus 4 equals 96.
There's a 2 in that.
What happens when I add a negative 2x with a positive 2x? Ooh, I get nothing. So I get x squared minus 4 equals 96. Can I make it look like this?
Yeah. I mean, X squared? You put, no, you can't.
Why can't I?
Because the 4 doesn't have an X.
Alright, but I'm still going to make it equal 0, alright? So I'm still going to take away the 96 and take away the 96. So I get x squared minus 100 equals 0. What do I do with that?
Come
Come on, you guys know what to do with that.
No, we should go
You can-
factor it.
Yeah? How can I factor it?
10, 10.
Good job. It's got to be the same, doesn't it? 10 and 10. What do I know about the signs?
And one has to be negative.
One has to be negative and one has to be positive. So what can x equal?
10.
10, or x can equal negative 10. So which one makes sense in this problem, or do both of them make sense?
Both. We can't have a negative on top. Or is that only for a square?
Any. I can't have a length be negative no matter
So
what.
it has to be the x equals 10.
So it can't be this one. It has to be x equals 10. So I need to find the length and the width if I know that x equals 10.
So it'd be 12
So the length would be 12.
and be 8.
The width would be 8. And now we have the hard one. This is the hard one. Which one's the length and which one's the width?
2x plus 1.
Is
No.
the what?
The length.
That's the length, and this one is the width. So length times width is I'm gonna put the width first this time because it's gonna look great. Is x times 2x plus 1. And what does the length times the width equal? 210. Do the math.
3 and x. No, 2x.
2x squared. Do the math.
Plus 1x
Plus 1x
equals 210.
equals 210.
We're going to take away 210 and put it on the back so it looks
Good
like that.
job. Take away 210. Take away 210. So I get 2x squared plus x minus 210 equals 0. Factor it. But did you notice something weird?
There's a 2.
There's a 2. Remember when we had to do those pages together because we had numbers in front of that x squared? That was awful. What times what gives me 2x squared?
X and x.
No, that gives
No,
me 1x
1x.
squared. I need
No.
2x squared.
I know that, but I mean put an x there and put an
Okay,
x
yeah.
there.
Yeah? How do I get the 2 though?
2 and 1.
No, you're right. I use 2 and 1. You're absolutely right. This is where I gotta try a bunch of stuff, but I'm gonna be kind to you today. Okay? And I'm gonna realize that 210 is, I can use a 21 and a 10 to make that. And if I do a 10 here and a 21 here, what are my outers, you guys? What are my outers?
20x.
20x. And what are my inners?
21x.
21x. And can I get a 1x out of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I need a positive. So what are my signs here?
Both
Negative
A negative 20 and a positive 21. So I have to do a positive here and a negative here.
Oh snap, I was right and I guessed.
Now this is weird. I know in this case, x equals 10. Right? And in this case, x is going to equal a negative something, isn't it?
Negative 10.
It's going to equal a negative, actually 11 and a half. But I'm not going to use a negative, am I? Because I can't have that be negative, can I? So I'm not going to use this one, so it really doesn't matter. I know that x is 10. X is 10. So what is your length and what is your width?
Just some curses. 5 and 5.
X is 10. Where do you
Length.
see an X? Look at your picture. Where is X?
Oh,
It's
to the
gonna
right
be-
side.
Right here, isn't it?
10.
So is this your length or your width?
That's my width.
That's your width. Your width is 10. How do you find your length?
We're going to do 10.
Uh-huh. 10 goes right there, times
So it'd
2.
be 21.
Yeah. Plus 1 is 21.
Well, I would hope so.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah,
Can't we use our books?
No, you
Why?
cannot use your book
Why do you hate us?
just because I do. I like your green headband. If you would have wore a pink headband today, you would have used your book.
Ah, I hate you. I'm just kidding. She's just saying.